The champs is here.
Yo, we out here on the track where the dreamers run. Each step a testament, here we get it done. Crushing all the hurdles, breaking through the pain. The Texas sun shines bright as we train in the lane. Push it to the limit, never look back. Texas track dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. From Dallas to Houston, yeah, we're raising the bar. Every athlete's story, every victory a star. We hustle on the field, focus sharp like a spear. The clock's ticking down, but the finish line is near. With every single stride, we own the sound. Texas track dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. From Dallas to Houston, yeah, we're raising the bar. Every athlete's story, every victory a star. We hustle on the field, focus sharp like a spear. The clock's ticking down, but the finish line is near. With every single stride, we own the sound. Texas track dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. So lace up your shoes, let the journey commence. Texas track dad, we build the suspense.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Hold on one second. Let me check something. We're good. Hey, guys, welcome back to the show. Y'all flooding in here. We got IG rolling. We got about 30 in the room right now. It's going up. But I know why you're here. We're going to talk some NIL stuff. We got Coach Cavazos with CJ Recruiting here. And he's going to touch base on a lot of NIL stuff, guys. And if you have questions, go ahead. Send us your questions. Drop them down in the comment, and we'll try to answer those as soon as we can, all right? But first, I got to give him a shout-out to my guy over there at Trackborn. If you need any track and field equipment or anything like that, make sure you holler at my guy over there at Trackborn as well. Shout out to TTFCA as well. And, guys, I just want to thank y'all for all the support with what I'm doing, man. Is really blowing up. I'm really excited, man. I got a bunch of stuff coming right now. Guys, but I appreciate y'all. But let's get Coach in here. We're going to get it jumping off. Let's get him up. Coach, what's going on? How are you?
First of all, I love the intro. Love the music. Love the hype. Love the track hype. Hey, I'm a track guy, bro. If anything ask, everybody knows I'm a track guy.
Yeah, okay.
I don't like track. I love track. So to be on a track podcast, I must say it's probably the first time ever. And I'm also the guy on Facebook that came out after everybody tried to post a 9-9 picture in the video. Said, why you posted it if you weren't there? I sat there 9 hours on Friday and Saturday. If you really love track, you go to track meets when your kids don't run. When your kids ain't ready, you there.
All right, so you was there when Braden Williams hit that. Yeah.
But I'm a track guy. I ain't got no kids running.
Hey, he tough.
I love track. But the great thing about Texas is every year we have kids that are elite as can be. The only thing that changes is their names.
Yeah. They
man,
I know. I heard that meet.
We had a kid.
I heard that meet was tough, man. I heard it was.
There's a kid run 45.87 a quarter mile from Austin. Like, what are we doing? You know, it's ridiculous. But that's what track is in Texas, man. Track's the ultimate equalizer. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what skin color you are. I don't care what your race is. If you can run, you can run. Remember my guy Jose Garcia a few years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Jose went 10.00 at the state.
Yeah.
I don't care what your last name is. Jose Garcia could get him up and go now. So I love track. I'm a track guy.
You know, yeah, Coach. It's a different breed of athletes out there now, Coach. You know, and it's it's getting scary, man. You got 8th graders out there running almost 22s and a 200 meter, right? It's wild. It's wild. But let's get into this. Coach, tell them who you are, and tell them what you do.
My name is CJ Cavazos. Do a lot, I guess. I used to be I'm the former director of football relations at the University of Nebraska. Prior to that, I worked with the XFL and the Rock and a lot of good people, Russ Brand, and a lot of good people that opened up a professional football avenue for me. And then I went to University of Nebraska. I had a great time there until Matt Rule walked in the office and said, we're going in a different direction. Well, you know what, Matt Rule, you did me a favor. I appreciate Coach Rule for giving me a job, but I probably appreciate him letting me go more now than I ever did before. I just saw there was a blizzard in Nebraska. There's trucks on the side of the road. They didn't have no school today, and there's snow and ice everywhere. Nebraska, thank you. You can have it. I'm good in H-Town. It's 83 degrees in Katy today, and I'm good. I'm wearing shorts and a polo with no coat. So I own a company called CJ Recruiting plus NIL, and I do a lot of – I help high school kids go to college in football and track. And then I help college kids to transfer within programs from Power 5 football to Power 5 football, and I negotiate NIL deals for them. So I'm a football guy, but every football guy, if you're a football guy, you have to love track because part of evaluation in football is numbers, and numbers don't lie in track, and they don't lie in football either. A 40 is a 40, and it's the same 40 that Dion ran, that Terry Glenn ran, that Xavier Worthy ran, that everybody else runs. So the times are the times, and that's how NFL personnel evaluate players, and that's how they figure out what they want and who it is that they get. But I own CJ Recruiting, and I love what I do, and I do what I love.
Yeah. Cool. And the best part of that, Coach, I mean, you're gonna be able to talk from both sides because you're familiar with the track part of it as well as the football part of it. Because I know a lot of athletes that follow me. These some of the young men, they dual sport athletes as well.
Great for them. Anybody that plays football needs to run track. I say it all the time. I got a client right now from Denver, Colorado.
Yeah,
a receiver, and his dad says, "Well, he's not really running track." I was like, "Why not? You know, you're a receiver. You have to run track. You have to have a verified time for a college coach to respect you. And a verified time is not a 4x1 relay. It's not a baseball 60-meter dash. It's 100, a 200 if you want to go to an elite program. So I believe in track. I believe track's a great equalizer. I believe it's a great sport where you can't hide. You are what you are. Yeah. Whether you're in lane 1 or lane 8, baby, you are what you are. I've seen kids win in lane 8. I think Sha'Carri Richardson won in lane 7 or 8. Where she got second or something. I don't care what lane you're in. If you're fast, you're fast. And fast kids run fast, and slow kids run slow. And I've said it for years.
And that's I always preach that too. It don't matter what lane you in, you gonna have to perform. Because you can get all the way to the state meet, they put you in lane 1, or you go say you're not gonna run it.
I don't know how they do that, but I tell you,
very
rare you see these fast schools in lane 1 or 9. They usually keep them in the middle. So they say they pick them. I don't believe all that. Pick my butt. They don't pick nothing. They keep them in the middle and let them do what they do with everybody else. Yeah. They put region 4 and region 2. Now region 4 is the ones in 1 and 9, and then they separate everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when Sha'Carri won that championship there, she was, let's say, she had the slowest time in that was it in that prelim or whatever?
I think
she snuck in there, and
I think she was in lane 8 in the Olympics, or 7, 8, or 9. She won it from the outside.
It was crazy.
Yes. I remember watching Sha'Carri in high school. I'll never forget the Texas relays. Sha'Carri jumped her freshman year, and the whole crowd was yelling, "Let her run, let her run." And me and a good friend of mine, Kevin Mond, his son played quarterback at A&M, Kellen Mond, we go to a lot of track meets together. And we're like, no, she'll need to run. She's going to learn. This is what track is. If you jump, you're done. She was very distraught. The crowd was mad. Like, guys, do y'all not know this is track? You jump, you're done. I've never seen her jump again. When I'd never forget, and she won Texas Relay for 3 years. She learned the lesson, and now she's one of the most elite sprinters in the world. and I just loved watching her run because she's always been through adversity, and she's a special little girl that has a great talent. Booker and them did a great job of working with her in Dallas, and she's amazing. She run for this. Who she run for? DeSoto Nitro. I think she ran for.
She ran for Nitro. Yeah.
Nitro. Yeah. What's the name of the guy that runs Nitro?
Yeah.
You know the guys that run that. Is it booking them?
I know one of them. I went to school with him, Jermaine Jones. He's not the head guy, but he's one of the guys that
you went to school with Jay Jones.
That helps a lot with it, you know.
Were you with Carter with Jay Jones?
Yeah, with the Carter. Yeah, I graduated in '97.
So I coached.
Yeah. I graduated. I played football with him.
Okay. Wow.
Did you really?
I coached at Dallas Carter '97.
Yeah, I was up there with him. Hey, I was up there with him, Jay Boo, Daryl Jones, all them guys. We played football together.
Daryl Jones, Chris Lewis, Jay Boo, Robert Davis,
Chris Lewis,
man. Little Greg Muhammad, may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
Hey man,
that
was a group of they were different cats back then, brother. I tell everybody, Carter was Carter before DeSoto, Duncanville, Lancaster, wherever anything. Carter had it all.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, if a college coach knew you were playing ball at Carter around that time, they were throwing money at
I used scholarships.
To get kids. Nitro.
Yeah.
Coach Booker, Coach B.
Yeah, I got a kid named I forgot his name, a full scholarship. I don't want to mention his name. I do remember his name to Arkansas State. That was a backup. He played behind Chris Lewis, Daryl Jones, Ralph Turner. He had so many guys in front of him. I sent him JV tape.
Yeah, Ralph went to Purdue.
Yeah, and Arkansas State signed him. Yeah, so he still went D1. So yeah, man, my Dallas Carter days were good days. Well, let's get to this. Let me be quiet. Let's get to this.
Yeah. We can talk all day. Sorry, guys. Let's jump into it. Here we go, Coach. How has the landscape of NIL deals evolved since they were first introduced?
Well, NIL was introduced as a way for colleges and universities to pay players for their name, image, and likeness, which was mainly thought to be, well, we're going to use them at the HEB, or we're going to use them at Kroger, and we're going to pay them a fee, and we're going to do this with this car dealership, and we're going to give them a car, we're going to let them do commercials, and we're going to do all this for all this. Name, image, and likeness was never that. It was a pay-for-play deal. It's what it is. It's schools coming up with the big dollars and big amounts of money to recruit players off of a dollar amount. And it's name, image, and likeness. Yes, they have to do stuff for the collectives, post this and post that and repost this, but there's not a lot of work. What they have to do is work their butts off to stay on that team, and they have to be elite. These guys that are getting this money coming from high school to college or going from college to college, if you don't perform to the ability that these universities have established that they want you to be, if you're not a starter or a dude, they'll cut you. They will cut you and send you home. This NIL business it's great while you're getting paid, but they will fire you when you're not doing your job. And that's kind of what it's come down to lately. And it was brought in for one reason and it was used for another reason.
Yeah, and I want you to explain something to him also, Coach. As far as the money for the NIL, that money, I want to get some clarification for myself too.
Okay.
The money is not coming from the school; it's coming from the businesses, right? They're going to put the money up, and
it's
Can you explain that a little bit?
It's not coming from the schools; it's coming from the donors and from the alumni. Okay, businesses are considered donors. This money is being donated to the NIL collectives so that these collectives can have a pot of money, and then they disperse the money how they want to disperse it for football, for basketball. Football has its own collective. Basketball has its own collective. Sports have their own collectives. Those collectives pay the players as of today. The collectives, they said Ohio State's collective had about $20-some million that they got a national championship. That's a lot of money, but you got to pay a lot of players. You got to pay a lot of players a lot of money. And we're in the pay for play game today. We're not in the game where we're going to schools and we're talking about educations and stuff. I think there's a lot of things that need to be fixed in the NIL space. I think transferring is okay as long as you have a degree after the first transfer. I don't think a lot of these guys are transferring so much. By the time they get done, they're not going to have anything to show for it but money and some Louis Vuitton tennis shoes and jackets and maybe a bag or two. But what's that going to get them in life? You know, you have to have that piece of paper that shows that you're educated and you can start something and you can finish something, because that degree is going to mean a lot more to a lot of people once they get older. These kids don't understand from 18 to 22 that nobody cares about what exactly you're making. They care about, all they care about is money. I want money right now. But when you get done playing, then you're like, okay, oh my gosh, like I gotta do what to make what? I was making $8,000 a month last year, and I gotta do what? You're gonna pay me $60,000 a year, $5,000 a month, and I gotta pay taxes on it. I'm gonna bring home $3,600 a month. How am I gonna live on that? I lived on $8 last year. Well, you were living in La La Land. So the money is not as, and the money is real for sports that are revenue sports, like the footballs, the basketballs. Track is a non-revenue sport. I go to college track meets, there might be 100 people in the stands. Ain't no money in track. They're losing money in track. Yeah, I love track, and certain guys love track, and we love track. Ain't no money in track. And who's getting paid in track? Maybe the top sprinter. Maybe the top sprinter. I'm talking about boys, 9'9", 10'1" guys. Girls, 11'1", 11'2", 11'3". The girl that used to run 12'2" and 11'9" to get a D1 scholarship, she's done now. She ain't getting that scholarship no more. So NIL is for the profit revenue sports, is the ones that are benefiting from the name, image, and likeness. The Olympic sports that are non-revenue sports are not benefiting. So if I have a track kid telling me I'm going to go to school, I'm going to get paid. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not getting paid, son. You better go to school and get education. Because if you go to the Olympics, that means what now? You come back, what you doing? There's only one Sha'Carri Richardson. There's only one. There ain't two. She ain't got a triplet. Just three. She's one. She getting paid. But what does she do to get paid? Nobody understands that. Yep. So track kids, my advice to track kids, go to college to get a degree. And get a degree that means something. Don't go get no crazy. Get a degree that's going to make you money, because you're going to school for free. Yeah. And it's so hard for an 18 to 19 to 20-year-old kid to understand that. I mean, I look at these kids running track right now. They're still running. The Ronnie Bakers. Ronnie Baker might be 29, 30 years old, bro. Ronnie Baker's a dude. And he still hasn't made big money. And he's still running. Yeah. And he's special. Yep. He's a world guy in the indoors. He's a great 60-meter guy. I mean, Maurice Green, you know, what are those guys? What are they, you know? It's just so hard for these kids to understand that there's been so many before you. There's going to be so many after you. You're not an anomaly. You're not that one guy. That 999 kid, he's got a chance. But he's got to stay healthy. Yeah. He's got to do right. He can't get in. He's got to be careful for everything he does. He can't twist his pinky because he can't get hurt because he's little. And the minute a little guy gets hurt, they're done. They're done. So I believe NIL is for the big profit. Basketball players get paid. Football players get paid. In Nebraska, girls volleyball players get paid. But not many of the sports get paid.
And I'm glad you said that, Coach. I know we was talking about that before we came on here. And I just want all the parents to know this, and the athletes that are watching this as well. Don't sit up there and think that you're going to go to college and they're just going to hand you over $300,000 on a big NIL contract. It's not going to work. It don't work like that. And like Coach was telling you, that top 5, top 10, that's elite, superior elite, they're going to get the big money, you know, with no doubt. But over and over again, I see parents saying, let's go to this school because you're going to they got NIL money. And you're wrong from the jump saying that, because it's not the school that's giving the money. It's not the school. Well, it's not the school. And
the head coach, if there's a collective for that sport, can determine who gets that money. The problem is there's not many collectives for track. They're football, they're basketball, they're the big fan sports. So when you go to it, like when track guys visit, the biggest myth in track is I'm going to visit A&M in September. Okay.
Yeah.
105,000 people at that football game. You think there's going to be 105,000 people at your track meet? No. Negative.
Not at all.
You'll be lucky if there's 1,000
Not at all.
track meet. And that's including the athletes. You'll be lucky. So I always say I want track kids to visit track during track season to see what track's all about. And go your junior year because you're going to sign in November of your senior year anyway. And let's see, that's what the track is. That's what track visits are. Football games are for football players. Track visits are for track athletes. So there's a big difference. But that's when track coaches bring their kids in and everybody's goo goo gaga because of the stadium and all the people. But that ain't real. That ain't going down in May or April of your freshman year of college when ain't nobody in the stands. Like, where did everybody go? They're waiting for football season.
Yeah, and another thing I tell these athletes and these parents, because I'm experiencing it right now with my daughter in college, like that NIL stuff. You'll go there. Some universities they'll set up, like a little presentation and bring some businesses in, and where student athletes they can talk to them, but at the end of the day, if you're not a top tier athlete, like we was talking about, you're gonna have to put in the work on that NIL stuff, right? Those businesses gonna come in and they be like, hey, we might have something for you, but you need to do this, this, and this. And if you're not doing that, you're not going to have anything. But it's a lot of work. That's what I'm getting at. It's a lot of work. I just don't want athletes to think that, oh man, I'm getting an NIL as soon as I go to school. I'm about to make this money. Everybody. It's not going to work like that for everybody.
Unless you're Terry Richardson, unless you're one of those. One of those are getting paid the day they get off the plane or the bus or the car. They're getting paid day one. But there ain't many of those out here no more. Even though I just watched these girls, these twins from Houston, run 11-2 and 22 in the deuce.
Maxwell twins.
Yeah, them girls there,
bro. The Maxwell twins.
They juniors, they can go.
Hey,
they're going to get some money.
Hey, thanks for saying that. Hey, guys, Maxwell twins will be on the show in a couple of weeks. It's already confirmed. Also,
there we go.
Those young ladies, those young ladies, they can go. They can go. They can go.
Can't tell the difference between any of them.
What you think about Mayberry?
Say what? India Mayberry?
What you think about Mayberry?
She different. Yeah. She different. My boy Terry Cairo told me about her a couple of years ago. I'm sure you know Terry.
Oh, you don't know Coach Cairo.
Oh man, that's my guy. Cairo over there popping the gun. His call to fame right now is he popped the gun for the Lancaster record. I said, Cairo, you can't even watch the race. He's taking credit.
I just talked to Cairo yesterday. I talked to Cairo today, matter of fact.
Ask him, man. CJ said you taking credit for popping the gun. He said he got something to do with that record. Cairo crazy. It's my guy.
Hey, Coach Cairo like shooting that starter gun.
That's why he can't hear. That's why he got to hear. He can't hear.
Right. Coach Cairo, that's my guy there. Oh, here we go. What are the biggest challenges athletes face in securing an NIL deal?
Well, the ones in football, the ones that I've helped, the biggest challenge they have is setting up an LLC and making sure that they have tax representation and somebody that can take care of their taxes. Because if not, they're going to get hit with a big fee in April of the following year. They're not going to have the money to take care of it. So the biggest thing to do once you become that athlete that is NIL worthy, I call it NIL worthy, that's going to get paid a lot of money, you better make sure you have a CPA and you better make sure you have an attorney that's going to protect you and that's going to always look out for you, because those are things you have to start thinking about. You're not a regular 20-year-old kid anymore. I got a 20-year-old kid up north somewhere that's making over $1 million right now that made $50,000 last year. He's making over $1 million right now. And his dad is very smart, and they have a CPA, they have an attorney, they have financial advisors. Everybody came in to form a team for him, and that team protects him now. But the biggest challenge is making sure kids are protected from themselves, also, and be put on a budget, because this money is a lot of money for some of these kids. And a lot of, in football, a lot of guys are getting a lot of money now, but there's also a lot of money being thrown around in the game. Look at what these schools are getting for going to these playoffs, 12, 13, 14 million dollars a school. And if you win, like Ohio State won 1, 2, 3, shoot, that's $48 million in the fourth game. And you pay 22 million for the roster. That's pretty good profit right there, baby.
Yeah.
So,
it's somebody else know Coach K-Roll there.
Everybody know K-Roll, man.
Yeah, we love Coach K. Yeah, everybody love K-Roll.
Everybody love K-Roll.
Yeah, so just say athlete's gonna get, just say they get offered a big NIL contract or whatever. So you said they need to make sure they seek legal advice before they sign anything, any type of NIL deal, right? Not even a big one. Just say it's a small one. Should they have an attorney look over that?
Everybody knows somebody. Everybody has a friend that's an attorney, or my uncle or my brother's friend is an attorney. Call them up and see what they'll charge you to review the contract, to make sure everything is right. You're not going to put your child in a situation where they're not going to be successful. That's number one. Number two, have a financial advisor that can put your child on a budget. And because they're not going to listen to you, they're going to think they know everything. Put them on a budget where you can show them, hey, man, you can save X amount of dollars a year. You're going there for 4 years. In 4 years, you'll have this much money. You can put this up and you'll have this much money in 10 years. So the kids that are educated and have smart parents have a chance to do that. The kids that are not educated and their parents aren't trying to help them, just trying to take their money, they're going to be broke, because the parents are going to say, gimme, 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 instead of just saying, let's save and let's put it away. So parents, let your kids, let your kids be kids, but help them to be grown and teach them how to save money is my advice.
Cool. That's some good stuff. And the people who are watching this, if you have any questions or anything, just go ahead and drop them in the comments. We'll try to get those answered for y'all. Yeah, we just talked about the contracts, getting the attorney there. So what factors do companies look for when partnering with college athletes for NIL? What are they looking for in those athletes?
Great question.
Well, we know the number one thing is you got to be good at your sport. Yeah.
Talent is going to be number one, and nobody may say it, but I'll say it. Talent's number one. They're going to check your social media and see what kind of person you are. They're going to check and see if you're posting guys with guns and guys with drugs and smoking, and say, "Oh, I'm not doing that with this kid. I don't care how good he is. I'm not going to take a chance. If he's posting all that, he must endorse that." So I tell all these kids today, you better be careful on your social media pages, because your social media pages do get looked at. We had a team in Nebraska that checked out social media pages of kids that we offered and made sure that everything was clean with them before we got them. So, like, that's not just in Nebraska. Every school does it. My son played football at Ohio State. They do the same thing there, bro. I mean, these big time programs, they're big time for a reason. They got to protect that image. They got to protect that logo. And they're not going to bring in a guy that's not prepared for the good, clean image. Nobody needs thugs. Them thug days are over. You want to be a thug, stay home. You're not going to get paid. You'll get kicked out of school, and you're going to get arrested, and you're going to do stuff that's probably you shouldn't be doing. We see kids all over the country doing things that sometimes I scratch my head, like, what happened to this kid? He was a good kid. Why is he doing that? And there's a kid that I see right now from University of Texas. It's from Dallas. That, my goodness, well, I don't know what happened to him. I wish I could hug him and tell him, hey, what are you doing? You're ruining your life, son. You're a dude. You got to take care of yourself. But sometimes these kids don't want to listen to anybody. They make so much money so quick, they think they can do whatever they want. And then now they're in a situation where they leave to another school, they get kicked out of that school. Now they're back home and doing wrong stuff, getting arrested. So, like, take care of your image. Your image is everything. I tell all these kids, one thing you can't change is your name. You can't change the name. You are what you are. So don't screw it up. Be very careful with your name. The one in the front of the jersey is the school. The one in the back of the jersey, you can't change. So you got to be very, very, very careful. So what do I tell kids? Just be careful.
Yeah, and I that's another thing I preach on the show for all those athletes out there who follow me. They already know I always preach, and make sure you're keeping your social media clean. Don't be posting those crazy stuff on there and thinking you're going to get a scholarship is not going to work. It's not going to work like that because these coaches, that it's an investment and their job is on the line, on athletes they bring in sometimes. So some of them is not going to take a chance on you. Well, most of them not going to take a chance on you.
They don't
doing
need
foolish stuff on your social media,
especially for track.
Thank you. Yeah.
Like, don't think you're the only one. There's kids everywhere. I mean, the Quincy Wilson kid, he's an anomaly. The Braylon kid, very, very, there's not many guys like that. But besides those two in the guys track this year and the long distance runners, there's a couple of elite long distance runners in the country right now. But most of them are all 10-2 to 10-5. There's a ton of those. And you look at that list in June of all the juniors that went 10-2, 10-5, there'll be hundreds of them. Mm-hmm. All the schools can pick whichever ones they want. Not only one guy's getting the 999 guy. He's going to Georgia. And only one guy's going to get.
He's going to Georgia.
Quincy kid probably won't even go to college. He'll probably go straight to the pros. I mean, how do you go to college? But that's for his family to make that decision. But just be very careful is what I tell all these kids all the time.
Quincy, he just he different. He run the way he run that 4-man is just.
And then we're talking about changing his form and doing this with his elbows. Like, hey, guys, don't.
Why? Why?
Because coach it.
Why? Let him run.
Just think they have to fix everything. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He beating everybody you got on your team.
Exactly.
Leave him alone.
Yep.
Michael Johnson had an unorthodox running. Michael Johnson ran straight up. Guess what? Like he was sitting on a chair. Ain't nobody changed that for him. What did Clyde Hart let that man do? Run. Just run. Run.
Yeah, it's no such thing as a perfect runner, man. It's
the clock.
You're not going to be perfect in everything. It's Usain Bolt, he didn't have the best of starts all the time, but he had makeup speed. But
he throw that rod out
there. He was a big finisher. He was a finisher. Good stuff, Coach. Good stuff. Let's see. Have you noticed any differences? Well, you say you dealt with a couple of track and field NIL stuff versus football. What would be the difference on that as far as businesses looking for track and field, athletes or whatnot?
Unless a business is owned by a track and field guy like me or somebody like you, you're not going to go look for track and field athletes. Not when you have football, basketball, and other sports like that on campus. Unless you're a big track guy and you ran at Texas or at A&M and you have your own company and you want to help kids from your sport, they're not going to look for you. There's not a big market. Just like there's not a big market when they come back from the Olympics. There's no big market for them. If it's not Shakira Carey's the only one we've seen on any commercial. We haven't seen a thing move. She won a gold 4 years ago. And Thing's a sweetheart. I mean, we haven't seen our hurdler that just won a gold medal. What's her name from Kentucky? I feel like an idiot right now. Legend. We know her too.
Glasgow?
No.
Did Glasgow go to Kentucky? I know what you're talking about.
The good thing about everything, Olympic champion, and you put 100-meter hurdles, and her name comes up.
Oh, it is right here. Russell.
Russell. Beautiful little girl. We were with her at Tara Davis's wedding. She's a sweetheart. She's a beautiful little girl, Masai Russell. And I'm so proud of her because we sat with her and we talked to her. She's special. So, we don't see those girls on commercials. And they're the best of the best. So, why would NIL spend money on 18, 19, 20-year-old kids if they're not spending money on Olympic champions? It's just the world we live in. Track is not a big, big, big sport. So I tell these kids, get that education, get your scholarship check. If you're lucky to get NIL money, be blessed and be happy with it, but you ain't going to get much because Masai Russell and those girls are a whole lot better than you, and they didn't get nothing when they were in college because it's not a big rev sport. And they come back and they win the Olympics and they're still not getting paid. I don't see Messiah on commercials.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful little girl too. So like you would think she'd have something going on, but it's not her. It's just what the sport is. The sport is not a big revenue sport. The year before the Olympics come up again, I guarantee you we'll see her, a thing move. We'll see Sha'Carri more. We'll see all these faces of track start bouncing back up because they promote them the year before the Olympics and the year of the Olympics. And after that, they don't do nothing with them until the next Olympics. That's just what it is. It's the world we live in.
Indeed. I just want to say, I just want to thank the audience for having our back on that because we were trying to look it up and we was calling names. They dropped the name there. Yeah. And I was watching that Netflix documentary they had called Sprint or whatnot, and Armstrong was on there, and she wasn't getting a lot of NIL money, and she was talking to her, the NIL people down there on the campus. She was like, "Hey, I'm one of the top, hurdlers around, and why I'm not getting paid, why I'm not getting paid." And this is just crazy, man, because I just think it's a lot of misinformation going on right now that
everybody thinks they're getting paid.
In track and field.
Yes.
Track and field they're getting paid.
Nothing like football. Nothing like basketball. Nothing. They're getting pennies and we're getting dollars over here. Big difference. And parents, don't forget that. Your kid is not going to make $1 million. I have a 6'5" offensive lineman making over $1 million up north. Ain't no track person gonna make $1 million. Oh no! In 1 year, he making it in 6 months too, brother. 6 months. He making over $1 million. Over $1 million, and didn't run 9.9. Didn't run 12.9. Didn't run 44 quarter. Played football in front of 100,000 people. Yep. So it's very misconstrued on what this sport is. I love track. I wish it was bigger, but I don't think we live in a society where it's ever going to be that big. I just hope we can live in a society where instead of them going to Europe to run, there's big meets here, and we can pay them here to stay here to run, because there's a lot of guys like me and you out there that go to meets without having a kid running because we love the sport,
Yeah, but it's not enough of us though, so that's why it's over there. Because it's not a big support system over here.
You remember the finish line crew, Leon? You remember Leon and them? When Leon was alive, the finish line crew at the state track meet back in the day? You remember Leon, the radio guy in Dallas, the sports guy that had a real Leon crazy, man. Somebody's gonna tell you his name. Somebody's gonna know who Leon is. They had a finish line group. A whole bunch of brothers from Dallas would sit at the finish line of state meet, and they sit there with money. And they tried to get everybody from Houston that the Dallas person was going to be the Houston person. That's what the state meet used to be. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? People still do that today. It's just not part of the finish line group.
Yeah, man. That's so Michael Johnson, he's doing some big things, man, with the Grand Slam deal. They getting some payouts. They getting some payouts there, but we need more of it, man. We need more of it. Look who this guy here.
There you go, Leon Simon. He knows I know.
What's up, Coach?
K-Roll knows.
We've been talking about you, Coach. We've been talking about you.
K-Roll.
That's my guy there.
Hey, the question is, can he hear us? There. Is K-Roll, can he hear us or not? He probably call me right now.
I don't want no smoke, Coach. I don't want no smoke.
I'll take all the smoke. He knows I don't care.
But yeah, Mel was saying, I think this was on Russell, that sponsor took forever to get her that contract, man.
She won Olympic gold.
Man, it's just sad, man.
But like I said, if it's not a track person,
go ahead.
If it's not a track person that owns that business, they don't care about track. There's not a big track following. Yeah. I mean, I love track, and Texas Relay is going to be big. There's going to be a lot of people there, but do they love track, or are they there to watch their kids? It's a big difference now.
Yeah,
it's a big difference. I went to A&M meet the other day when that kid ran 9.99, and I told K-Roll, I told a bunch of people, it might be one of the best high school meets I've ever been to in my life. I'll never miss it again, because that's track. You got Houston, you got Dallas, you got Austin, Antonio, and they're all competing against each other. They're running elite times. There's not 60 heats in the 100. There's not 60 heats in the 200. There's 10 heats. Fast kids run, and then you come back the next day for the good finals. I mean, I told Pat Henry, Pat, this track's amazing, but he ran the meet in an awesome way. And I hate to say it, but I sure think A&M high school meets a whole lot better than Texas relays. A whole lot better.
Oh no! Slow it down, Coach. Slow it down, Coach.
Until you go
Texas relay.
Texas has a bunch of hype now,
with
man.
I'm gonna say with all the schools there, because last year all the schools weren't there because of prom and all that other stuff. You know, all that prom drama. But I'm saying, well, it's not Texas relays like it was back in the day. We're gonna say that. Sure.
And that's what people's problem.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
But you can't even keep giving it all that love because the colleges aren't even coming anymore like they used to. There's not as many elite schools. LSU ain't there no more. A&M didn't go last year. I mean, you don't see those schools. So Texas wins everything. Oh, okay, Texas, blah, blah, whatever. You know, it is what it is. I'd rather go watch a good high school meet than watch a bunch of college kids. And all they run is the relays. I mean, you see 100-meter dash. At this meet at College Station, you see all the events. You see 110.
Oh, yeah, they run a 2. Yeah, that's right.
They run everything at A&M. It's a real track meet. Texas relays is a show. It's a big difference now. It's a big difference. K-Roll will tell you.
It's a fun meet, though, Coach. Come on.
It's a fun meet. Yeah, okay. This failed dress take a factor with the image of track and field that this isn't a major factor of football and basketball at pro level. I mean, I don't think it does. I mean, yeah, people, it just nobody cares. The sad part, Mel. Yeah, it to people like me and you that love the sport, it does, but it's not on ESPN. It's not on a network that's going viral. It's just a small thing on the bottom of the ticker that says so and so failed the drug test and is banned for 2 years. Nobody cares. I mean, nobody cares. The kid from Texas Tech, Divine, whatever his name is, he failed the test and he's banned from track for the rest of his life, I think. And he won 2 or 3 national championships at Texas Tech. And he was running for Nigeria. And does that factor into the image of track? I mean, yeah, it does, I guess. But, I mean, I still love it. We still love the sport. But there's going to be dirtiness in it because there's people that are going to try to cheat. The difference is people from those other countries, Mel, their lives change when they win. People that win here, their lives don't change. You can win a gold medal from Nigeria, from Zambia, from a country over there in Africa, and you're golden and you're set for the rest of your life. They give you houses, cars, companies. Here you win a gold medal, you come back, they pat you on the back. Good job, Messiah Russell. We're real proud of you. That's not how we treat our Olympic gold medalists. But people from other countries that do illegal things, they're doing it because they're trying to do what's better for their family. I saw somewhere during the Olympics where some countries give houses to the mom and dad and the kid, and then set the kid up for the rest of his life. It's amazing. That's how much track means to other countries, but it doesn't mean it doesn't do that for us here in the United States. What's next? What you got next?
And that's that's a good question there, man, because it's been a lot of that going on with a lot of athletes, and I was thinking, man, it would hurt their stock and they won't get recruited, by a D1 school. But hey, that's not the case. I actually seen something where a kid did sign with a.
Are you talking about in high school? You know about a failed drug test in high school?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody knows unless somebody tells the school. How the school gonna know?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean it's some big news now. Was the Monty Bird Academy or whatever?
I saw that Monty Bird Academy in Florida. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So they actually had 3 athletes to test positive for that GS, whatever that is, 15, 16, whatever it is. Yeah. And that coach just recently got suspended or whatever.
Saw that.
And it's man, and I just think I know we're gonna get back to the NIL questions, man, but I just think that if a coach is giving a high athletes, well, especially in high school, if they giving them kids that, man, I just think their coaching career should be over with. Because it's not that, to me, it's not. Yeah, it's not that serious to me, and you jeopardizing that kid's future by doing that, because you're gonna eventually get caught. But I mean, dude, it's high school. What you gaining from that? But just a lot of ego talk. I won this, my team won that, and this and this. But I mean, you damaging that athlete for life, man, because it's gonna hurt their mental. No matter where they go, after the fact, they gonna be labeled as the athlete who got caught doing this. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just foolish to me.
I agree.
Let's see. Let's get back to this right here. Yeah, guys, y'all have any questions? Go ahead and drop them. So you help athletes with the NIL deal aspect, of everything. And guys, just go ahead and drop your website now and your social media. We'll drop it again at the end of the show.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't see. I'm getting old like K-Roll, man. I got to get some glasses on, make sure I got it right. K-Roll old, man. I'm like K-Roll. No, I got to put my glasses on. I ain't as old as K-Roll, though, but I'm out there. He laughing right now, too. Yep. I'd like to get some followers, too, man. Let me get some followers. I got a lot of followers, man. I'm kidding. My kids always laugh.
Yeah. Shout out your social media. I know you're getting it together. Go ahead, shout it out.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. My daughter runs my social media page.
Hey, guys, we some old guys, y'all. So y'all got to give us a little bit of time, So
please. But these kids are on Instagram, so I don't really follow too many kids. I follow parents.
Yeah.
All right, that's who I am right there. You can see who I am, either like it or not. And guess what? I can't fire myself because I'm my own boss.
All right, you put it in this. Let's see. All right, yeah, I'm gonna.
Is that right?
Everyone in the studio. I don't know if they can see that. If not, I'll just switch it over to the main chat. I think that might be ours. I
don't know where the main chat is.
You're good though. I'll switch it over to our chat.
Sorry,
but guys, here
JV when it comes to this.
No, guys, no, you good. So I'm gonna put it over into the main chat if y'all don't see it, but on Twitter, on X, is gonna be CJ Recruiting 2 at CJ Recruiting 2. It's gonna be the same for IG as well. And Coach website is gonna be cjrecruiting.com. Again, I'll switch that over. Yeah, see, they can't see it. Okay, yeah, I'll put it in the comments for y'all. I'll do it right now. So while Coach is answering this question, I'll get that information in there. How do you help younger athletes prepare for NIL opportunities in college?
What sport? Football?
Let's do track. You got a parent that.
It's just so hard.
So let's play it like this, Coach. So
go ahead.
Let's play it like this, Coach. Parent come to you. They got a track athlete. This athlete is, let's say, they in the top 20 in a nation when they come to you. Hey, this is my kid. He's a senior. He's pretty consistent on his times. How can you help my kid? Or if you can help my kid, reach out and start trying to get some NIL stuff. How would you tackle that?
Get to the top 5 and call me. It's just so hard. Like top 20 ain't gonna get you no money. You're gonna be top 5. It's such a small number for track of kids that are gonna get paid, and they're not gonna get paid a lot of money. So honestly, I don't do much NIL in track. I've never done an NIL track deal. I've done millions of dollars in NIL for football. But the number of people that are getting NIL in track coming out of high school, it's that big. It's that big. It's tiny. So, like, what am I going to do? Go and hunt for the kid at Duncanville or the twins here in Houston? Man, I'm good. They can get their little 100, 200,000. I don't need no percentage out of that. Y'all keep that money, man. I'm good. I want that $1.5 million defensive end up north. It's going to get me paid. I'm sorry, but My advice to track parents is simple: run fast, enjoy the process, have fun with it, get a good degree, and go be a productive citizen. That's what it is. That's what track is. It's anybody that tries to say they're going to make money in track in college is very rare. I mean, Sha'Carri could have killed him, but Robert Griffin III could have made money, but there's not many of those. Just go get a school that's going to get you a good degree and get you paid. Any guy on this thing right now that ran track in high school or college, they'll probably tell you, I ran with a bunch of bad dudes, and they had to go home when their careers were over. So, I mean, you did too, I'm sure. We all did. But life's got to start eventually. And if you want to make money in sports, play football. Be a 7-foot basketball player. Be a pitcher that throws the ball 104 miles an hour. Be that. But track is not. I'd love to find out, and I'll find out what the big time kid from Duncanville is going to get at Georgia, because his times are going to get him some money. He's going to get paid. And Georgia got some elite sprinters, guys. I just don't know what their NIL is for track at Georgia. It's got to be something. Just don't know what it is. But how many guys are running 9.9, you know? So my advice is don't worry about money. Just worry about the education. I mean, your daughter went to Indiana. Is that what I saw?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's there.
She's getting a hell of an education. How much NIL money is she getting? Thank you.
Hey, we working on it. And she's pretty fast, you know.
How much NIL money is a top athlete at Indiana getting?
Man, but it's definitely football, though. It's definitely football. You know,
I know it.
No,
how much money?
A track, none.
So I just tell people
none.
Until you have a kid that's been there, you don't know. So just enjoy the sport, enjoy the free education that your child may earn and get, and take advantage of it, and appreciate it, and be a part of it. Because once it's over, it's over. It's over. And if you're mad that your kid's not getting money, put a helmet on him. Let him go play football. Because that's where the money is.
Yeah. Football is king, man. Football is king. And what's crazy is that football, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but football they make so much money. They fund other sports.
Other sports. They fund all the sports. All the sports. They fund.
I didn't know that. I'm just like,
everybody.
Yeah, we got to wait. You know, they go to everybody
off of football, brother. Everybody. Bowling team. Archery teams. Baseball teams. Girls softball teams. Girls soccer. Everybody eats off of football, man. Look at the March Madness for the girl tournaments. There will only be a big crowd at the championship games, but all them other games, they're empty. Guess what? They get money from CBS or whoever's going to be putting it on. Watch March Madness for the men. The biggest money maker in college sports is March Madness. When they shut March Madness down 5 years ago for COVID, I said, "Oh, this is real." If you're going to shut March Madness down, which is the number one revenue taker for college athletics, that day I said, COVID's real. They shut it down. I said, okay. I told my wife, I said, oh, no, this is real now. They shut March Madness down? You know, this ain't just Texas. This is real. And March Madness is what brings in the money. College sports, their number one revenue, besides all the big football games they see, is March Madness. Crazy the money that they pay. March Madness, CBS pays major money. That's why basketball players get paid a lot of money, because they're getting that TV money.
Yeah.
We don't have an event like that for track. Watch the national championship track meet. It's empty. It was in Austin. I went those 2 years I was in Austin. Empty. Just walk right in, sit wherever you want. Come on, man. You can't do that at a national championship basketball game or national championship football game. It is what it is. I loved it because I could sit wherever I wanted, but I hated it because it was sad for the kids that worked their butts off to get there.
And I always laugh because I see it in track groups sometimes. It's like, when is track going to be big like football? Never. It's never going to be big like football.
Never.
Football is king.
Yes.
Let's see. Coach Vaughn, that's my guy here. He said track and field has a value problem. We may need to look at shrinking the number of events. I don't know. I don't think we need to take away events. I just think that in the States, track is not a demanding sport. It's not a big time sport in the States. I don't think we need to take away events because that's gonna
take away kids,
take away athletes who've been training for. Yeah, it's gonna take away kids from something they enjoy doing. It's just. Well, what you think? What you think, Coach?
I don't think they should take away events. I just think we need to understand that it's never going to be that sport. We need to enjoy it as fans, and we need to just appreciate what we get to see, and know that every time you go to a meet somewhere, you're going to see something special. Because especially in this state of Texas, we see special things on Saturdays from little kids, from high school kids that are just special. And just to witness it and be a part of it is fun for an old geezer like me that used to be fast. I love watching these kids. I love supporting them, and I don't mind paying to get into anything. And somebody says, "Hey, Coach, we want to do this," blah blah blah. K-Roll calls me like, "Hey, what can I do to help you?" Because I love watching kids perform. I really do, and that's all it's ever going to be is guys like us that love the sport that are going to be able to. There's K-Roll. Everybody's off of football. Everybody loves football, but football's the king. But I love track, and I just don't think it'll ever change here in the States. Maybe not in our lifetime, maybe in somebody else's lifetime, but I don't think in ours it will.
Yeah. You're right. It's good. Yeah, guys, keep those questions coming while we run through these. Have you seen an NIL deal influence an athlete's decision to commit to a school or transfer?
Of course.
Of course you have.
Of course I have. Are you kidding me? Had a kid this past year, and I deal with the parents. So like I don't deal with kids, I deal with parents. The parents are the ones that hire me through the kid. Yeah. And I deal with the parent. And I mentioned a school to the parent. I said, "Hey, this school called me on your kid today." He said, "Oh, he ain't going there." "What you mean?" "And I ain't sending my kid there." "Oh, okay, all right, whatever. I do my due diligence. I take all calls. I write down numbers. And this guy called me back and said, "Hey, Coach, we really need this kid." I said, "Hey, give me your top numbers." I tell everybody, give me your top number. Well, their top number was $650,000 more than everybody else's. So I had to call the dad back. I said, "Remember that school you said you wouldn't send your son to? They just offered him X amount of dollars." And he said, "What?" I said, "I got the contract. I'm going to email it to you right now." He said, "Hold on." He got it and looked at it. He started screaming, "I guess I got to eat my words. We're going there." So, yes, money does influence families and kids, because the kind of money I'm talking about is life-changing. You get a kid that can make, over $1 million at 21, 22 years old. It's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. Yeah. And if you do right by it, and you invest it right, and you don't mess it up, hey man, that money could be worth a whole lot of money when you're 55 years old, like me right now. So that's what the dad and the financial team is trying to do. They're setting that money up for tomorrow for him, and they're hoping he doesn't have to touch it, and it just stays there until he's 55 years old. I wish I would have had a deal like that when I was 20 years old at Texas Tech University. I wasn't that good though, so I know I wasn't getting that kind of deal.
Yeah, I see some of those numbers online with those football guys. They are definitely making a decision. And the thing, I don't blame them. It's one of them things. If you need money for your family, or $1 million is $1 million.
I had a kid that called me.
I don't know, man. It's tough.
I had a kid call me today that said he's making $500,000 and he needs more money. What you need more money for? My mom ain't got a job. I'm paying all the bills at home.
What do you buy?
I said, no, he paying all his mom's bills. I said, man, what?
Yeah.
Man, she ain't got no job. She in Cali and blah, blah, blah. And it's hard living there, Coach. I'm like, wow. Well, I would really, it caught me off guard. So I'm like, so he's thinking about transferring to get more money when he's already getting $500,000. I said, what about if you don't get $500,000 at the next school? He said, oh, they're gonna give me more, coach. I'm like, you know what, man? Because I don't ever tell kids what I think they can do, what I think they're gonna get, because I never know.
Yeah.
I ain't lying to no kid. I have kids in my own. I'm telling the truth. It looks like Egypt's dad said he'd definitely be happy with a free education for his daughter. It sounds like he's smart. Yeah, just take it, baby.
He's a smart guy. Yeah,
he's a smart guy.
He's smart. Yeah.
But I guarantee.
I mean, that's
Egypt's probably educated too, and he probably got a degree from somewhere too. So that means a lot. Now you get an educated parent with an educated child, knows how valuable that education is. He's going to be like, okay, that's all I want is that education paid for. We'll take care of everything else. Because when you come from family,
I think so. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Definitely. Education is good, coach. And I think also it's common sense. You know, a lot of people, a lot of times it's common sense. A lot of people don't have it. You in Dallas? A lot of people don't have it.
Are you in Dallas? What part of Dallas?
Yeah.
What part of Dallas are you in South
I'm
Dallas?
from Oak Cliff.
I know where you're from. You said you went to Carter. What part of Dallas are you in? Are you in a suburb now? Where are you at?
No, I'm not in the suburb right now, man. I'm over in Mansfield now.
Oh, so you in the suburb? Mansfield's a suburb. You out there with the rich folks now? Okay. There's a lot of people
don't be like
sense out there either.
They don't be like that. But yeah, so but and coach, this is what I preach to on my show, man. I'm just like, I try to tell these, parents, man, your kid first priority is get help to get school paid for, because there's no guarantee you're gonna get a full scholarship. That's another topic. There's no guarantee you're gonna get a full, but as long as you can get some money to help pay for school, education should be first. Track, should be second. Of course, you got to do what you need to do to keep your scholarship or whatnot, but make sure you go in there to get an education is my main thing. Then you got track, make sure you perform the track to keep that scholarship so you can continue to go to that school. Because at the end of the day, if you get hurt in track, where you go from there? If you flunking all your classes, if you flunk it out of college, what are you going to do now? And parents sitting here telling this kid, you going to the Olympics? Come on. Let's stop doing that. Let's tell the kid, hey, go to school, get an education, be very good in your track program, buy into the track program, and graduate from college. If anything happened from there, it happens, right? Yeah. Stop telling your kids they're going to go to the Olympics. Stop doing that. Man, Stop doing it.
You setting them up for failure, brother. I go to the state meet every year. I see all these great kids run. There ain't many kids I've seen at the state meet in Texas run the Olympics now. I've seen Sha'Carri. I've seen the 800-meter runner from Midland, Bryce Hoppel. There's not many kids I've seen from Texas running the Olympics. Just put it that way. I've seen some very good kids from DeSoto run elite times in high school that you never heard of again in college. And it's hard. The health, so many things have to go right for these kids and their mindset now and their psychic. Like, just go get free school and get a good degree and go be a good mom or be a good dad. That's what life's about right now. That's what it should be.
That's what I'm saying. Stop putting so much pressure on these kids, man, to do that stuff. Well, we just talked about those transfers there. Guys, get your questions in. We're going to go probably about 15 more minutes on this. I want to dive into some. Do you think NIL has made the transfer portal more about financial gain rather than athletic or academic opportunities?
100% yes. 100%. The NIL has made this a pay-for-play sport. You'll see it in basketball. in this March Madness. You'll see kids starting tomorrow that nobody knows that are not getting any NIL from these small schools that'll go hit 40 against Kentucky. That'll be at Kentucky next year with $500,000 or $700,000. You're going to see kids from small programs do elite things the next few days that are going to get them paid a lot of money in March Madness. You're going to see it. You see it in college football. You see these kids in college football that go and play FCS ball and go to Montana State, and an offensive lineman they won the national championship, was in the portal the next day, is now at Michigan State at $1 million or whatever the heck they gave him. It is what it that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. Track-wise, you don't really see these kids right now running elite times at these small schools because most of the fast kids are at the big schools. But I think with the new House bill, with how track is changing, it's going to change in the future, near future. I think a lot of good athletes that are late bloomers are going to go to smaller schools. They're going to bloom to have a chance to go to the big schools. I really do.
Yeah. And something I'm seeing that's happening is I'm really excited about, because I'm seeing a lot of elite sprinters from Texas branching out to different schools, not just trying to go to Georgia or Texas, or I'm seeing these schools. It's a lot of Texas athletes that's going to Big Ten now. I know Vanderbilt, they sound like four girls from Texas. Then you got Mallard,
Faith Franklin from Harlingen.
Yeah.
Faith's up there now at Vanderbilt.
Yep.
You got James Lott from Dallas. James Lott's daughter is at USC. She's in the league.
Yeah. Mallard is up there. Mallard is at USC. Jalacy is up there. Kyla Woods, she signed with Vanderbilt. But that's exciting to see, because they kind of spreading it out, man. And I'm pretty excited about that, man. This next question here is we kind of hit on this a little bit on the financial part. But what advice do you give athletes weighing the financial benefits of the NIL deal against long-term athletic development?
That's the problem with NIL. There's no such thing as long-term development. They'll cut you. If it's going to take you a long time to develop and they're paying you, they're firing
you. Yeah.
They're not waiting. They're going to fire you. There's too many good ones out there. This is not a nice guy business anymore. College football is not a developmental league. College football is a ready-to-play now league. And, if you're not ready to play, you're going to get you're going to get in there. You're going to get paid to get in there, but they're going to cut you in 12 months if you're not a backup. You have to be a 1 or a 2 or you're in trouble. Parents that have kids that play college sports right now will all get on and say, amen, he's right. Because they know. They put pressure on these kids like, hey, man, you're getting that big money, man. What you going to do? You going to do something this year? Yeah, coach, I'm ready. Yeah, you better be, because we got some guys we're looking at if you don't get it done. They tell kids now. They don't care.
Oh, yeah.
That contract is a 1-year contract, bro. Yeah. That deal is done. You go to Texas right now as a football player and you get paid $800,000 and you get there and you think you can do what you want to do and not go out there and be serious and play, you're done. Done. Transfer portal NIL forces people to face their true market. It really does, Lamont. It really does. Your true market value is what you are when you play. And that's what it is. Lamont is 100% correct. You have to be elite to get paid. Same thing with your job. If you don't do good at your job, they're going to fire you anyway. It's the same thing, man. These kids are learning the real life lessons at a younger age with a bigger sword. Because they're going to get fired and they ain't going to have no education. They will cut you and they don't care because they're going to bring in another one and another one and another one. And there's always somebody ready to take your spot. So, your true market value is what you do when you get there. You better be elite. or you're done.
So it's one of them things you got to be careful what you ask for. You know, you ask for a big NIL deal and all this stuff. So you better be ready to.
Big responsibility.
You better be ready for it.
Boy,
yeah, because it's not going to work. You can't. Yeah, you can't sign that contract and just be like, I'm just go chill right now.
Well, what colleges are doing, and I've been to a lot lately, general managers are having like an NFL board, and that board basically is color coded. And the top tier board, the gold players that they feel are gold players, are probably $2 million a year players, and then the silver players are another number, and then the bronze players are another number, and then the bottom tier is another number, and they label guys by color code. And I talked to 2 or 3 general managers when I was in their offices the last 2-3 weeks that told me this: in the 2026 football class, there's 3 gold players. 3, not 10. 3. That's it. There's a lot of good gold players. Platinum or gold, whatever the top is. There's a lot of good second level players. There's a lot of good third level players. But that's how they allot their money. And whatever you get graded on by your color code, that's what you are. You don't like it? Too bad. Go to another school. But there's only 3 in the country. You think your kid's one of them? Good luck. Good luck.
Because you're hitting on some good stuff. Coach Vaughn, he's right. 2 things you can't be is high maintenance and unproductive. You're right.
I don't know who you're right. He preaching. I don't know what church he go to, but he preaching now. He right.
Yeah, that's my guy there. He's the head coach down there at Grambling. At Grambling.
He knows.
Track and field coach.
Good for Lamont.
He.
My wife's alumni of Grambling, GSU. I know Mickey, head football coach, is a great guy. Mickey Joseph's a great guy there. Yep.
GSU. Yeah. That's my guy there, Coach Vaughn. Y'all check Coach Vaughn podcast out on YouTube, Coach to Coach. Go hit that subscribe button there. Check him out. But Coach, you hitting on some good stuff, and I'm about to get you back on here as well. But I just want you to say one last thing before we wrap this up: is give advice to the track and field parents out there and track and field athletes about NIL deals, and what route should be taken over, academic schools or whatnot.
Number 1, don't believe everything you hear. Number 1. And number 2 is to get it in writing and make sure it's in writing. And once you get it in writing, make sure you have somebody check it. And that's very, 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 very important for people to understand. An attorney is going to read something a lot different than a layperson like myself. And attorneys basically are there to protect your child and yourself. So make sure you have somebody with legal expertise that can read that contract and approve it and make sure that they're protecting your child. But, more importantly, find the right school that gives your kid a free education, a good education, and have a good experience running track. Because I'm going to tell you right now, track is not easy. I ran it in college. It's very hard. It's very unappreciated. It's not a glamour sport, but it's a fun sport. And it's a sport that's helped a lot of people like myself get educations. So go wherever you go, have fun being there, enjoy the process, and you got to be elite. If you want to go to a big-time program right now and you're not running big-time times, you're not going. You're not going. So you really need to understand that there's other good programs out there too, like at Grambling State, like at Texas A&M Kingsville. There's other good programs that will give you the same thing they could give you at Texas A&M without all the pressure. A good education. I mean, Grambling's got good education. Texas A&M Kingsville has good education. They may not be glamour glitz programs that are going to be on TV, but how many track programs are on TV? How many track meets have you seen on TV this year for college sports? How many you seen? Any? You seen any? I ain't seen none.
Yeah, ESPN Plus Championship Time. That's about it. Indoor.
You said ESPN Plus.
I mean,
not many folks have ESPN
yep.
Plus. So you're not going to
Nope.
see. So find a school where your kid can be successful academically and athletically. Look at the times that the kids running that conference, see where your kid falls in that conference, and be real with yourself. Don't tell me your kid runs 10-8 and you want to go to a conference where they're running 10-1 in the finals. It ain't going to happen. Oh, well, he going to get faster. Nah, he ain't. He ain't going to get that fast. He needs Jesus. He ain't getting that fast. So you better go somewhere where your kid can succeed. Be honest about your kid. Don't be in la-la land. And then there's schools out there that are running 10-5, 10-6 in the finals. And there's conferences out there that take kids like that. Just be real with yourself and let your kid go be him. Don't do it for you. Do it for him or her and let them enjoy it. So
good words, Coach.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate you putting me on here and giving me a platform to talk. If anybody wants to ask me questions, you can go to CJ Recruiting 2 on Twitter or CJ Recruiting 2 on Instagram, or you can go to my website, cjrecruiting.com, and you can send me a message there.
Yeah, guys, I dropped the his social media handles in the comments here. So I'll drop them again just in case y'all missed it. But that website is going to be cjrecruiting.com. On X is going to be CJ Recruiting with the number 2. That's going to be the same as IG as well. So hit Coach up. If you want more info or if you need help with your kid working on some NIL stuff, but let's be reasonable about it. Be reasonable about it, right? Make sure the numbers match, before you call.
You may not get a response if I Google your kid and your kid went at 11-2 and you try to tell me your kid want to go to Texas. You may not get a response. Hey.
Well, hold on. 11-2 is good though. You talking about for a female?
I'm talking about for a male.
11-2
for a male.
Oh, okay. I thought you talking about. I got you. Okay.
I got.
I'm like, hey, you talking about?
You got the twins from what you call it running 11-2.
Yeah.
You got Taylor,
that's what I'm saying. The Maxwell.
You got Taylor Nunez running 11-3.
Hey, you see Nunez hawk that? Did you see? You see her hawk that girl down on football?
Man, that's not right. That's not fair. That's not right. Hey man, there's levels to this stuff. Man.
Oh,
hey man, hey.
Man,
that's what you do when you run. When you're the best athlete out there, you're supposed to do that. I mean, hey,
and I tell I tell everybody too, man. Nunez, man, she is the most consistent athlete I have seen, man. Every year, man. Every year,
that's all that matters. She got better. She's gonna do a good job at A&M.
Undefeated at Texas Relays.
Yeah, I wish they let her run with the big girls.
Yeah.
She let her run with the big girls. She might have a chance this year, but she gonna run with the little girls. She gonna blow them out the water again. Because
I wonder if she's gonna run up. She might run. She might run up this year at Texas Relays.
It's not her. They have to put the whole team there. That's the difference, you know. You gotta.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the problem. The relays.
Okay. That's not a private school she go to though. That's not okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Gotcha. Because I think private school the athlete can just run. You don't have to be the whole team. You know?
Correct.
All right, here we go. Hey guys, so if y'all want to holler at Coach, go ahead and hit him up. Guys, thanks for watching. Coach, we gonna have to definitely have you back, man. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And make sure you be on the lookout for Coach Cairo, man. He might be coming for you after this.
I'm sure you're gonna find me with some craziness. You know what? Hold on. It's 9:30. Cairo sleep, man. The old man, he'll call me tomorrow.
Oh man.
If I ring her on right now.
Hey, y'all.
If he hears, he sleep, man. Cairo sleep.
He gonna hit you up in the morning.
He'll call me at 5 a.m. when I'll be asleep. Yeah.
But guys, hey, thanks for watching. Make sure y'all go follow me on YouTube, Facebook, IG, all that stuff, LinkedIn, guys. Man, y'all been a big support of me and what I do, and I appreciate that. As long as y'all keep up that support, I'll continue to bring great people on like Coach here. So y'all keep it up, and hey, we out. Peace.
The champs is here. Yo, we out here on the track when the dreamers run. Each step a testament, here we get it done. Crushing all the hurdles, breaking through the pain. The Texas sun shines bright as we train in the lane. Push it to the limit, never look back. Texas track dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. From Dallas to Houston, yeah, we're raising the bar. Every athlete's story, every victory a star. We hustle on the field, focus sharp like a spear. The clock's ticking down, but the finish line is near. With every single stride, we own the sound. Texas track dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. From Dallas to Houston, yeah, we're raising the bar. Every athlete's story, every victory a star. We hustle on the field, focus sharp like a spear. The clock's ticking down, but the finish line is near. With every single stride, we own the sound. Texas track dad, we run the show. Talking fast times, how the athletes grow. In the podcast groove, we bring the heat. From the field to the mic, can't accept defeat. So lace up your shoes, let the journey commence. Texas track dad, we build the suspense.